Welcome back to Your Eating What? Where we take a look at some of the more interesting and disgusting things that end up in our food. And today we're talking about Castoreum. That might sound like something from a Harry Potter book, but it's actually something that comes from a beaver. And before I tell you how it ends up in your dessert, let me just say this. It's not what you think. Because she was under the impression that it was a beaver anal gland secretion that was used as a flavoring in desserts. And while she was mostly right, she had no idea how wrong she was. It's much grosser. According to a 2016 article in the New York Times, Castoreum has been used as a flavoring in vanilla, raspberry, and strawberry ice creams and other desserts. So I then got an email here from a viewer who asked me to do an episode on Castoreum, in fact. There's only one part of this story that's true, and that's that it comes from a beaver. That's because it's not usually listed as castor oil. In fact, it's usually listed as vanilla or brown sugar or caramel flavoring. They're allowed to use natural flavoring in their products without telling us exactly what those flavors are. And since Castoreum smells like vanilla, it can just be listed as vanilla flavoring. Castor oil is a secretion that comes from a special gland located near a beaver's backside. But do they have to list it as a natural flavoring? No, there are no laws saying that they have to. Seriously, vanilla extract companies have been buying up a huge chunk of this beaver booty juice for decades now. In fact, it was once listed as an ingredient in J.M. Smucker's vanilla extract, and it has a long history as a key ingredient in certain kinds of traditional medicine. If you want to learn how to make that, click the link above. And even though they've switched to artificial flavoring, it's still legal to use in food. But it's not the beaver's butt. That's right. These glands are located on either side of a beaver's tail, just above its anus. And they can make up to 3 pounds of this stuff every year. But what does it smell like? You'd almost never guess. Sweet vanilla. I know what you're thinking. Beaver, but flavoring sounds gross. Who would put that in their food? Well, surprisingly, a lot of people, and it's not just for desserts. Apparently, Castoreum has also been used as a fragrance in perfumes and soaps. Okay, so it's legal and it's been around forever and people eat it all the time. So why is everyone freaking out about this beaver butt juice now? Well, one reason is because a lot of people don't know that it's an ingredient in their food. If you were to walk into a store and pick up a bottle of vanilla extract and read the ingredients, you wouldn't see castor oil listed. Now, that doesn't mean that companies are being shady. So it's totally okay for a company to use beaver butt juice in their ice cream as long as they list it as a natural flavoring. So if you buy that pint of strawberry ice cream that has natural flavoring on the label, you could be getting a little bit of beaver but with your dessert. Speaking of putting things in your ice cream, I recently made an ice cream recipe that calls for black garlic cloves. And if you want to see more disgusting things that end up in our food, stay tuned for more You're Eating What? episodes. This has been your host,